Hello everyone, welcome to the Metal Galaxy YouTube channel, where we bring fests, gigs and much more into your living room. Subscribe and like, as we have regularly new content. And here we are on day 2, Epic Fest, interviewing Orden Oregon, who is from Germany. So welcome guys here at the Metal Galaxy. Before we kick off with Orden Oregon, let's do first, and also before we dive into your new album, Order of Fear, upcoming album, let's first talk. Who are you, Orden Oregon?
So, hey, this is Steven, the bass player from Orden Ogan.
I'm Dirk, the drummer.
So you get the rhythm section.
Nice. So we have here the rhythm section, but what is Orden Oregon? And it's 2 words basically, if I'm correct. Orden and organ. So what does it mean as well?
So,
Orden is the German word for order, and Ogan is an old Celtic word for fear.
So you're order and fear, basically.
The order of fear.
And why this specific?
for us, I guess, Orden Ogan, or the Order of Fear, is specifically this group of people, you know. It's us, the band, which is very family based, and also the community with our fans. We all are this Order of Fear, we all are this Orden Ogan. This is one meaning, and another thing is there is a whole storyline behind the Orden Ogan theme, and if you look into the very early albums where the story starts, it's the story of Ben Explain It All, and this story continues on our new record that will be out somewhere this summer.
Nice.
So, and yeah, if you have a few hours left, just look it up. It's worth it.
So for the viewers, look it up and dedicate a lifetime into this. Back to you. So that explains the order, but why fear? Why this specific fear?
I guess when the band got its name, Seep and his back then schoolmates were like,
It sounds good.
It sounds good. We have to.
It was like the most metal sounding thing they thought of. So
You sometimes do things when they are feeling right.
If you wear a band name for such a long time, it changes its meaning and turns around to what I do just back then.
Thank you so much for explaining this. And then your next upcoming album, which will be this year, if we heard correct, is Order of Fear. So you're returning to the name then, correct?
Yes, and the Order of Fear is it's a collective of evil monks, thing like that. And Vale is fighting against them since the beginning of it's a complete story. So like that.
But we don't want to tell too much about it because as right now as we're talking, the record is finished, and
it will be too much spoiled as well.
Yeah, and so we don't want to let the cat out of the bag. But
so for the viewers, keep an eye on Orden Oregon, as the cat is going out back sometime soon.
Very soon.
So Orden Oregon was a fail. It started with a fail, but then the later albums, especially 2017, we had the Gunman, and then we had the album Final Days, and you see again Gunman standing in front of the artwork and so on. So I'm wondering, is the Gunman your mascot, and what grew to you to use this person as in more albums?
Yeah, Alistair Whale, he's something like our mascot,
Yeah.
I would say. And yeah, and he's that's the good thing. Whale is cannot die because he's cursed, and so nobody knows how long he lives. And since when?
So he's serving a very good job as the main character of the whole Orden Ogan topic. he's a bit like our Eddie.
Yeah.
Nice. Eddie, but then a
Which
gunman.
can go to different times.
Yeah.
From the past to the future.
So every new album has a new setting, and we can just be as creative as we want to be to like go on a new adventure.
Nice.
And the new record is going to be his biggest adventure.
Nice. So speaking about mascots, so you have the gunman. How do you think you fit into Epic Fest?
Well, all bands that are on the festival this weekend, they have this certain overall topic, and we have that too. Compared to other bands, we are not that much into this super fantasy world, so our nose may be a bit more raw, but after all, it's like the perfect lineup for this kind of music. So
yeah,
we're super happy to be here.
And I believe I would add that the gunman fits to something else as well. It's like a mascot again. It's a bit like still fitting into this fantasy theme, I would say, in this power metal and so on, because he could travel from everywhere.
I wouldn't say that he's always the gunman. Alistair Whale, he can be different.
With
different styles.
Final Days, he was an android.
On the album Gunman, he was the gunman.
He was the gunman. It was like Wild West themed, and you had this apocalyptic setting on to the end.
Nice. And then something random. So you're the bassist. Yeah. So you have a lot of guitars, and you have just one drum set, I would say, right?
One drum set on the stage, yeah. But I have more drum sets at home.
Nice. So how many?
I have to think. Actually, 5.
Whoa.
Drum sets, but not all are metal drum sets.
How do they fit in one
small
house?
Small drum sets. They are not set up. So they are in the rehearsal room or in the cellar, and it's not they are not all that big like the drum set in Orden Ogan. Have some smaller sets for some jazz stuff, for example.
Nice.
So I don't do only metal. So I do different styles.
And you, how many guitars do you have?
Let me count. At the moment, it should be around 11.
Wow. And one day, if your partner or girlfriend comes home and say that you need to get rid of all of them, what do you do?
Well, it's, I don't see a guitar as something super precious you have to take super care of. For me, it's just a tool,
So all the tools go to the bin.
Yeah, and also this year there might be 2 new ones, but just because I have to set one pair in one part of the country and the other pair in the other part of the country. And so this is just stuff I need to do my job.
When you have so many drum sets and your partner or girlfriend says to take rid of your drum set.
I wouldn't do that. Why?
So rid of the girlfriend.
She never would tell me that. And they're not set it up, so they're packed in the cellar or
nice.
in the room,
so
in the
small.
extra room. So
they're quite small.
No problem.
Back to you. Back to Orden, Oregon. if I understood correctly, Tabio, Gunman is like a Speerspitze for power metal. Why would you say this album is like on for like Speerspitze?
Depends on how you look at it. You know, it was the most successful record, I guess, but only because Final Days just came out in the middle of the pandemic. You know, if we had a proper chance to tour on Final Days, it would maybe, who knows, Final Days, I don't know, but if you ask us, you know, everyone will have his own favorites, and every Orden Ogan record has its own charm, you know. And for me, the new record that will be out this summer is will be the best record we've ever done. But because every musician says that about his new record, because
you grow, but it makes natural.
Yeah, because this is what we were like working on for like 1.5 years now.
That's quite a long time.
Yeah, and so we're super deeply into it. But so far, Gunman has been the most success, or the kind of a breakthrough record in a small way, you know, that pushed the band one step up again, and I guess with the Order of Fear we can shift in the next year.
Nice.
So we will do that.
And speaking about next year's and so on, Sauerländer is called the best in songwriting for heavy metal. So how come is this called? And do you agree with this statement?
Sauerland.
Sauerland.
You mean the song we're always using as an intro tape?
Yeah. It's the called the best heavy songwriting one.
Yeah, it's kind of our trademark intro because
but it's not a song from us.
No. we don't have anything to do with it. It is like an old German.
It's a song for the Sauerland.
So everyone loves this intro of you.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why everyone writes.
It's an old German classic from that there was a wave in the 80s called the Neue Deutsche Welle. It's like mixture between punk and Schlager, and it's punk, Schlager, new wave, whatever. And out of this movement, there has also been this song, and everyone knows it, especially in Germany. For us to use it even abroad is like kind of our
It's a special song. Everybody in the Sauerland is a region in Germany where the band came from, and everybody knows this song. And in Sauerland you have not that big cities, you have small villages, and
mostly countryside.
Yeah, and there every year you have in every village it's called Schützenfest. It's a special weekend where everybody in the
a beer fest.
Yeah, like a beer fest. Yeah. And this song is when this song is played, then everybody is singing along.
Nice.
That song.
So maybe that's
everybody knows that song in Sauerland.
So maybe that's why everyone loves your opening song, because it's time to grab your beer and enjoy it.
Time to get happy.
Exactly. And speaking about your albums, Final Days is an album where you revisited old songs with guest musicians as well. There was an orchestral one. So I'm wondering, how did you pick particular musicians, and how did you come to the conclusion that one needs an orchestral one? And how did you pick songs for this album?
Actually, the Final Days and Friends version, it's just we're revisiting the Final Days record and the orchestral version, and we added a brand new song that left over from the Final Days sessions December, which had the topic of a killer virus, which was a bit inappropriate for that time. Well, during Final Days was released, we
but
thought,
everyone could feel the violence.
yeah, but we thought, no, this is not a good idea, you know. And so we left that one off finally, and it was re-released then with this Final Days and Friends record, and the orchestral version of Fields of Sorrow is also a leftover track that was only published on an AFM compilation, I think, before, and digitally, and then just to get that one a proper release, we put it on Final Days and Friends. How did we choose the guests for the record? We were just with scrolling through our phone books. You know, it was super quick. You know, okay, we need like 10 singers, and everyone called like 5 of his friends, and 2 said yes, and so we had all people together.
It's super nice. This Final Days, we saw Niels Molin from Dynasty. It's such a great singer.
Yeah.
And then Brothers of Metal, like, again, a good call. So I think the textbook idea being like telling friends, it worked. But I think it's as well the power metal, like, that the guests are close to this. And speaking about this album, like, it was released in 2021. So we are 2 years later almost. So what's next on the horizon for your band?
Yeah, we're gonna have the new release that's gonna be out in summer.
Nice.
Before we
keep an eye out.
Before we're gonna release a couple of singles, and in April we'll also start the touring season for this year. We're going on a big tour here in Germany, not here in Germany, around Germany. Yeah, and then later on that year also in Europe, Feuerschwanz and Domino, which should be a great package. You know, most of the shows are sold out or are almost sold out. So this is going to be a good one. Then we have a long festival summer coming up this year, and by the end of the year we are also doing another
with Forest Fans.
No, the festival circuit we're doing on our own, and in autumn there will be a second part of the Feuerschwanz tour, and also another support tour that I'm actually not allowed to talk about yet.
So keep an eye, and it might reveal soon.
This year will happen a lot. Yeah, and after the pandemic stuff,
everything is gearing up.
It will be the first time that we will have that much shows and touring, and we are very excited.
Nice.
A lot of that stuff is not announced yet, but I guess in total we'll do something like 50 and 60, between 50 or 60 shows this year.
So for the viewers, keep an eye out on Orden Oregon. And actually we are at the end of the interview. So thank you so much, guys, for connecting here with your busy schedules and all finding time for introducing us to Orden Oregon and telling us more about your band. We want to give special thanks for AFM Records to set this up. And we want to thank all viewers who are watching, liking and subscribing. Subscribe as well as we have new content. And see you all. And have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.